I'm Alex. It's Addie. Is there a pink here? There's a pink Sparkle Puff here. And this is episode 114 of the Shut Your Mouth Lounge podcast. Fuck. We got a whole load of no topics today, though truth be told, we could probably talk about Dan DiDio, couldn't we? So, hey, ding dong, the witch is dead. I mean, that's kind of unnecessarily cruel, because Dan DiDio has been better than a lot of editors, but... I mean, none of them are flawless, and DiDio's flaws were becoming very, very obvious in the past couple of years. Like, fucking Rick Grayson. No, you don't. But I'm gonna tell you anyways. So, about a year and a half ago, Dick Grayson got brain damage. And so he thought he was a taxi driver named Rick Grayson. And he adopted... because Dan DiDio probably said we can't call him Dick anymore. And I'm just gonna bring up a picture of him, because it's one of the worst designs Dick's ever had. And Dick's had some pretty fucking terrible designs over the years. Where can I find this delightfully bad... Okay. Let me get a timestamp for this shit. So are you ready for a delightful comic book design, Addy? Get a load of this shit. That's not even Punisher. That's Zubaz. It's bad. Okay, so let's fill Pink in. So Pink, Street Fighter 2 came out fucking 30 years ago or whatever, right? Right, just tell me when to get a timestamp. So there are a variety of rejected character designs for Street Fighter 2. Do you have the design up, Addy? Okay, so one of the most infamous... Well, Zubaz was a fashion line in like the 80s and 90s. That's why we call him Zubaz, is because in the design they slapped the fucking Zubaz logo on his shirt for some reason. Even though I highly doubt they could actually get the Zubaz licensing. Oh, hey, Soon's here. Now we have to play Tabletop Simulator. Fuck. So, alright, here is the glory of Zubaz. To Rick Grayson. Soon you bring such fucking low energy to the podcast, I swear. We're all talking about dumb comic book shit, and you're like, I don't care. Oh, what's this? Dumb comic book designs? Why aren't we talking about Godzilla? It's almost as if I'm fucking with you. Oh, Christ. So, you are taking this personally. So Dan DiDio is gone. Which is very important, because he vocally fucking hated Dick Grayson and Wally West. Yeah, but he could also technically be credited for Rebirth, and Rebirth was pretty good. I mean, New 52 fucked up a lot of stuff, and New 52 was a blatant attempt at undoing storylines so that they could be done again. But I mean, we can't pretend New 52 didn't do some cool stuff. And you know, You know, the words came out of my mouth, but I struggled to come up with examples. Like words flash by in my brain like Green Lantern, but like there was no substance. Nope, that was Rebirth. Rebirth. Super Sons was also Rebirth. Batman and Catwoman actually being in a long-term relationship? Rebirth. Superman and Lois getting married? Rebirth. Wonder Woman finally coming out as bi? Rebirth. Yeah. Yeah. Shit, there was something good that came out of New 52. Fuck, what was it? No, you know what? New 52 Killer Croc. New 52 Croc is cool. Yeah, I did. I mean, Killer Croc is more interesting as a sympathetic character than just a thug, right? Killer Croc is the absorbing man of DC. Most of the time, he's just a dumb thug, but when a writer actually likes him, like Saladin Ahmed, then it's actually a good character. Absorbing Man or Killer Croc? Absorbing Man was explored in Saladin Ahmed's run on Black Bolt. It cracked me up though because it was very obvious Saladin Ahmed wanted to write an Absorbing Man comic and couldn't, so instead, but Marvel at the time was trying to push the Inhumans really hard, so Saladin was like, "Hey, how about a Black Bolt comic where he goes to space prison with Absorbing Man?" Saladin Ahmed does a good job with every comic I've seen him do. I need to look into more of his stuff. Well, you know it's gonna get crazy when they bring back Death's Head. Fucking Death's Head. I appreciate this new trend that these comics have of bringing back random minor characters from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Pink, did you see that they brought back fucking Zemnu, the Living Titan? The Living Hulk? Yeah! The original Hulk. That's a pull right there. That's a fucking Groot joining the Guardians of the Galaxy level pull right there. Like, Marvel recognizing anything that happened between Captain America and Fantastic Four is always weird. But yes, Dan DiDio is gone. So expect Dick Grayson will get back his memory and Wally West will not be a murderer. Oh man, that was the worst. So it turned out Wally West killed like 10 other superheroes. You remember that? Well, I don't remember the justification, but you remember that stupid Heroes in Crisis event? Where it turned out there was like a lounge for heroes that were having PTSD to go to and they could like relax. But then all of them there got murdered. Right, and there was... Yeah, and they were like, oh, Booster Gold might have killed them. Oh, Harley Quinn may have killed them. Nope, Wally West. Right, and it was really weird because that was the fucking comic they decided to bring back Blue and Gold for. Like Ted Kord specifically is like, hey, I'm gonna stick up for Booster now that he's murdered all these other superheroes. Then he just happens to turn out to be innocent. Oh, what the fuck's happening? It's like the moment the Rebirth line ended and it just went back to regular DC. It's like, alright, time to start fucking up again. And Brian Michael... We can't run a storyline for longer than a year Brian Michael Bendis, we need you to come in and age up Jonathan Kent to fucking 30. And have Lois walk in on Jonathan Kent while he's taking a shower, because that's not creepy at all. And mistake him for Clark? Did you guys see that shit? So, Superboy, Clark and Lois' son got aged up to being like fucking 17 or 18, right? Because I guess teens are hotter. Both literally and metaphorically. And they had Brian Michael Bendis wrote a moment into one of his comics where Lois walks into the shower, gets confused, thinks it's Clark taking a shower, gets all flirty, opens up the curtains, it's Jonathan, they both freak out. Yeah. No, they fucking put Jonathan in a time chamber or something and zipped him ahead 10 years. Damien. Yep. We could. He's a hack. He's not the absolute worst. There are worse. he did. He did Ultimate Spider-Man. I mean, the Ultimate Universe was just fucked the moment they brought in, Mark Miller. Mark Miller, that's his name. Yes. Good old Mark Miller. The Defenders. When you say Defenders, do you mean original Doctor Strange Hulk Defenders? Do you mean like, and more importantly, Daredevil? Yes, yes. I mean, it's not like the X-Men don't have a legacy of authors loving certain characters unnaturally. God bless Claremont. God bless Chris Claremont. Like every other issue had Storm get naked. You remember? Well, he did randomly have Peter Parker and Kitty have a romance in Ultimate. Which, I mean, just kind of builds up the whole thing of Kitty only dates Peters. Yeah, because what are the three major love interests of Kitty Pryde? All of them are named Peter. Yep. Remember when she divorced Star-Lord and then immediately married Colossus? I don't understand Marvel anymore. Well, what's it say that the last Marvel comic I read was Gwenpool? That's a good place to stop right there. I will not continue with this bullshit. Like, I wasn't even reading the Deadpool comics, and I was pissed about what they did to Deadpool. Hydrapool was so bad. Hydra was so bad for everyone. Like, they push Punisher as being like this big hero who fights supernatural threats, and I'm like, does everybody fucking forget that time Punisher helped the Nazis? Like I say, this is a guy who loves Punisher. Punisher should have been fucking shot after that arc ended. I mean, like, Cap has the excuse that it wasn't really him, but Thor, Deadpool, and Punisher just helped the Nazis. Why doesn't Tony stick them in a fucking space fridge? Oh, right, didn't they mind wipe Tony so that Civil War never happened for him? He's back to pre-Civil War Tony. And it might be the... that might be the brain damage that Carol gave him. Right, because Carol, at the end of Civil War II, Carol beat him into a coma. He did come back, yes. I mean, it's been like 5 years since Civil War II, man. What? Fuck, that was a weird time in comics. Doctor Doom was Iron Man and Lex Luthor was Superman. Fuck. I mean, both of those character turns I actually quite liked, but both at the same time, weird. Well, I mean, it was. Oh no, Tony and Doom hate each other. I'm pretty sure Tony has at several points accused Doom of ripping off his designs for the Doom armor. And Doom being Doom is like, up yours. I always enjoy that it's ambiguous whether or not Doom's a hack or genuinely a genius. But he's all, like, it is suspicious how some of his stuff is just ripped off from Iron Man or Doctor Strange. I mean, I like the idea that Doctor Doom just gets lazy sometimes. I mean, heroic Doctor Doom was. Eh. Doom, I like Doom being kind of a shit. Like, it's the classic argument that goes back to, like, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, right? Because Stan Lee and Jack Kirby could never agree whether Doom was genuinely horribly maimed by the explosion or just slightly scarred and freaked the fuck out about it. And didn't. Yes, he did. The one that fucked him up real bad. The one that had Peter. Oh, shit, you're right. Oh, shit, you're right. Right. Oh, that's bad. That's super bad. Oh, and it had Thing and Venom and Carol as Guardians too, because Bendis wouldn't stop to fucking learn about Cosmic Marvel. Oh. Why editors ever give Bendis storylines other than street level is beyond me. Like, the only times he's been able to make it work, it was all street level stuff. Yeah, but I mean, yeah. I mean, nothing with Daredevil outside of Born Again is ever going to be good, so. There is one good Daredevil storyline, and it's one of the best storylines. Everything else is trash. Kingpin was the best to come out of Daredevil. Okay, Pink, you would know this. Was Kingpin a Spider-Man villain first or a Daredevil villain first? Okay, never mind. Kingpin was not the best thing to come out of Daredevil. Bloody Mary? Oh! Ugh! Oh, I fucking hate the hand. Ah, yes, with Jessica, what's her face? Beale? Ben Fleck. Uh, I'm having a stroke. Help. Yes. Dare Fleck. I feel bad for Ben Affleck. As a guy who, honest to God, loves comic books, but every time he does it, he fucks up. Batfleck wasn't even his fault. He just shouldn't have been cast in that role. Did you watch that movie? Well, yeah, most of everything with that movie was pretty bad. A young Batman would have worked if he'd have been cast 20 years ago instead of fucking 5 years ago. You can't start with Batman being old. You can't. It's just like how your first Superman storyline can't be the death of fucking Superman. Hey, Addie, what if the first Deadpool storyline was Hydra Pool? Yeah. Yeah. Heroic Carnage was stupid from the beginning, so it's fair that he had to fight Deadpool. I think it was definitely the right time frame. It stuck for a little bit. Sabretooth is still heroic. Yes, he is! Have you... Sabretooth eats people. He's actually worse than Carnage. Venom started off as a hero, though he didn't eat people at the beginning, so... Yeah, Venom is a definite decline. Classic Venom Eddie is a great comic book character. Modern Eddie is dog shit. Oh shit, it's still Flash? God, why is Flash still Venom? Oh! Okay, Pink's gonna hate me for saying this. I'd have been fine if Carnage as a character just ended when Sentry ripped him in half. I mean, he he has no point to exist after a couple storylines. He's not a character with depth. He's just serial killer man. This it was when he was on the Avengers. It was the raft breakout at the start of New Avengers. Yeah, Sentry. Carnage wasn't on the Avengers. He was breaking out of the raft. Sentry ripped him in half and threw. Sentry ripped him in half and threw the halves into space because he's a fucking Sentry. He doesn't do anything subtly. Oh man. Oh yeah, that's just him as a character. And you're either okay with that or he's the drizzling shits. And there's no in between. Like, I think I'm the only one here who's okay with Sentry as long as Sentry's made out to be a horrible, horrible person. Yes. Okay. I thought Sentry actually was one of the ones that failed to stop Planet Hulk. I don't think you would have been happy with any resolution to Planet Hulk's storyline. The trouble with that is that Planet Hulk fit into the fucking build up to Secret, not Secret Empire. Yeah, Secret Empire, right? Was that the name for when Norman took over? And Hydra Cap. Hydra Cap was also Secret Empire. Because Marvel can't fucking come up with new names. Dark Reign. Yeah, because Sentry's actually a loser. See, that's what I like about Sentry. He's a fucking loser. And that was the last time anyone saw Rick Jones. Thank you for the citation, comic book expert man. Oh man, what the fuck's going on in comics? Oh god, didn't. Oh, is that how they brought? Oh, is that how they brought back the fucking Life Foundation symbiotes? Oh, oh. Every new Marvel storyline is just ripping the name off of old Marvel storyline. What are the fucking? Oh, it's Secret Wars, Secret Empire, Maximum Carnage. Where have we heard these? Where have we heard these before? That sounds stupid. Oh, wasn't the original Secret Empire like where Nixon was working with the KKK or something? I know what I said just sounded stupid, but I'm pretty sure it's the truth. And that's what led to Nomad. Oh, fuck. Yo, this makes this makes me think. Where's Toxin right now? If Toxin is gone forever, that'd be great. Okay, so, uh, okay, I'm figuring out what's going on here. So what's happened here is that Immortal Hulk came out, and it was a very successful storyline. So every other Marvel writer at Marvel who has no talent was like, "Well, I can do that." So they're like, "What about Immortal Carnage?" Uh, you know what? You know what? Why? Why? Carnage never cared about getting stronger. He just wants to kill people. That that's all his character's ever been. Has Carnage ever had any character aside from I kill people? Carnage is Mr. Zaz with superpowers. This is one thing that Batman has done right that Spider-Man hasn't. There's never been a storyline where Mr. Zaz was just the villain. He's a plot element. He's a fucking plot element, not a villain, not an antagonist. Mr. Zaz is a fucking part of the plot that just gets bitch slapped out when it's his time to leave, and that's it. And that's where Carnage should be. Miles? Well, is there a limit to that power? Because I would think there'd be stronger guys I want to get on my side than Miles Morales. Miles Morales. Hey guys, where's Galactus? Super Cannon. I mean, they're always looking for an excuse to kill off Eddie. Remember when Eddie had cancer and it didn't take? Eddie had cancer for like a fucking century until Mr. Negative cured it. Anyone else remember that? Pink, you must. And he only had anti-venom because of his cancer. Anti-venom was his cancer or something, and it turned out that he'd always had cancer and the Venom symbiote was just keeping it at bay. Was the Venom symbiote just eating the cancer? I think that was an actual storyline. I think someone actually did try to fucking put Venom in a test tube and, like, cut off parts of him to give to cancer patients. And then the cancer And didn't the cancer... But wouldn't the cancer patients just start eating people? What the fuck happened to the symbiote being satisfied by chocolate? That's what I want to know. Why is Eddie eating people instead of chocolate bars? And there's our Dragon Ball reference for the day. Why isn't Venom gone vegan, I think that's one of the few cases of a fictional character going vegan and nobody'd bitch about it. Oh, Christ. Eddie, you got anything coming up on your channel? Pink. Nothing going up on my channel. Addy, what's going up on the channel for the group channel? Fuck. Group channel. Fuck. Oh boy. We wanted to record a second session of that, and we never did. Ooh. The Adventures of John Arbuckle. Ah! And that's it. So, Soon, what you been up to this past week? Yes, I hear that the Freya rework also did not work. Haven't? I thought you said that the. I thought you said she was broken again. So I assume she's in one of those two. She's broken. I have no proof for this, but I will operate off of the statistics available to me. %90 of the people played Odin before the rework. Right, because people that want to be good are like, I'll play the most broken high tier god in the game. And they don't actually pick the god that's best for them. They just go with the one that they hear from the tier lists. That's always the thing with games that offer character choices, is like, yeah, you're probably a good Spelunka player, but the tier list told you to play Odin, so let's play Odin! The, most of the hunters are good in anyone's hands. They're. I mean, yes, he is, but yeah, he absolutely does. I mean, that's just the way the character is built. I mean, I struggle to think of any hunters that I would consider difficult to play. Chiron! I guess it's a thing of differing skill levels. I thought both of those characters were pretty easy, but if you list off literally any warrior ever, I'd tell you they're difficult. Fuck no, I just pin them to the walls. I. Yeah, that's true. The pillar definitely comes out more in arena. Honor is not a great pick for arena, if we're being honest. Honor's a fun pick, but not necessarily a great pick. Yeah. What else was I going to say? I mean, who have you been playing recently in Smite? Whoever it gives you. Ah, you bunch of contrarian fucks. I called you a contrarian fuck. See, I just play whatever gods are fun. So, so I don't play Bastet. It's different strokes for different folks. I'm not much of an assassin player. The only assassins. She's been out for a year. Oh. So instead of it being a bar of several digits, it's just chunks. Pips. What? I just heard knee X bar and I was curious. Oh, I see. Well, that depends. Like, is it a meter that fills up chunks or does it fill up chunk by chunk? Like, is it a meter and it just segments into chunks? Or is it like, oh, well, it's been 5 seconds since you last gained a chunk, so here's another chunk? No answer, okay. And that's that Kuzenbo. It's time for the Addy and Soon hour. Well, no shit, you were just covering the screen in baby turtles. Well, that was very nice of you to say. The, oh god, and Kuze's even worse for that. Because ordinarily you'd be worried in that kind of game mode about people covering you in AoEs and fucking debuffs. But Kuze can just grab somebody. Yeah, you can just grab people and carry them to the other side of the fucking map. I don't even remember what Kuze's ult is. I do not want to see Ninja. I do not want to see Ninja in this mode. Obviously. Vulcan? The more attack damage reliant the character is, the less likely they're going to get picked. So I assume there's no hunters. Yep. You could probably just sit in the fountain and do that. Like, congrats. You've sacrificed the fifth player for a fucking artillery setup. Any minion summoner. Old Bastet with her Panther summons would be bullshit in that mode. Oh god, Bakasura! Oh no! Oh shit, you're right. It's now just a regular ability instead of a roll. What about someone like Guan Yu, who already has an ability to shorten their cooldowns? And here I was hoping he'd just be a constant heal aura. Well, yeah, you'd never have to leave dragon mode. Anything else? He's not even a baby anymore. He's just a short dude. You're just playing as Danny DeVito. Douchebag? And anything else? You've been playing a lot of Sims 4. Yes, you did mention that, yes. Alright. You got nothing to say about Sims? Alright. And, well, Pink just left, so... Hang on, he's back. They sound like some real heroes. I thought this was a Nintendo game. Ah, I see. So tell us more about your Hearts of Iron playthrough, Pink. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Shit. So it's not. So I have a question. Do the three house storylines intersect and weave with each other? Okay. So you've completed the one house. I assume you've moved on to a second house, yes? What house would this be? Well, it has steak, but does it have any potatoes? Fuck. Alright. Fire Emblem 5 War of the Potatoes. It's like a fucking civilization war, isn't it? The war for the copper begins now. The war for the fucking worthless minerals. Yeah, kind of. Oh, all right. So what was I going to say? You know, I've completely slipped my mind. So, did you have any big takeaways from your first playthrough of Three Houses? I actually, that might be one of those cases where you might be surprised. I've actually not heard any of the houses being particularly bland, and there was a hot minute where the internet would not shut up about Three Houses. That guy in the corner, though, he still sucks shit. Fuck him. I mean, it is an anime game. How many characters are there that are like righteous little girl that fights for justice with a sword and a shield? Okay. Because I knew there was going to be one in there. I would not be surprised if one of the houses was secretly entirely formed of that archetype. I'm not right, am I? Okay. I hear someone playing Tabletop Simulator. Alright then. Uh, uh, this sounds like a mission for the other campaigns. I mean, the three houses aren't in conflict, are they? And they become friends again, right? They become friends again shortly after, right? Oh. Yeah, this is a Japanese Nintendo game. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, they all end up being friends. So I'm going to assume that your friends that are bad guys will be killed by your friends that are good guys. Yeah. There we go. Because we can't. Because. Hey, disloyalty bad. Even if your friend is Hitler, he's your friend, so therefore you need to stick up for him. And make sure you have one friend who's not Hitler, and he's not friends with Hitler, so he can kill Hitler, so you don't have to be friends with Hitler anymore, but at the same time you're not a traitor, so you're not dishonorable. Is that how that works? I'm not. I mean, yes, he did, but I'm not sure that's exactly how things went down. Oh, fuck. How far does that game go with its antagonist? I want to wonder. Are there any Hitlers, or are they just like, oh no, ambitious chancellor to the king? Okay. Okay. So All right, I guess you'll talk more next week. All right. Have you done anything else? All right. Addie, what you been up to this past week? For the what of the fourth game? Oh, the novelization of the third game. Okay. Okay, interesting. Especially for Assassin's Creed 3. No, 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 I didn't say anything. I mean, yeah, honestly, that makes sense. I mean, I don't think I'd be particularly, fucking cheery and keen after murdering my father either. I said, I don't think I'd be particularly cheery or keen after killing my father either. Ah. Yeah, that just about cops out, honestly. I mean, Hatham wasn't really the character of AC3 that needed more characterization. They shouldn't have. Okay. Heh. I mean, that's classic Ubisoft. You want the actual story? Buy this extra piece of merch. Yes. Oh. Thanks, Ubisoft. Ah, shit. I mean, that's not really something to brag about, honestly. Why would you pick the most infamously bad Assassin's Creed as the one to say, hey, we're doing this again? Ah. Oh, that makes... Yeah, that makes sense. I'm sure they were just referring to the fact that you had, like, the World War II mission and everything. Okay. Baseball man? Okay. So, he's just kind of a generic... He's just kind of a generic Japanese hero, I take it? Okay. I don't think I've said that. Because there's definitely been cases where you like the new protagonist better than the old. Okay, fair enough. I mean, that's really what Yakuza as a series has been doing, is trying to get the fuck away from the Yakuza. I said what Yakuza's always been trying to do as a series is get the fuck away from the Yakuza. Right, because he's her manager now. Right, fuck. What? Okay. All right. He writes for a porn man. Okay. It, 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 I guess it depends on how they play it off. Okay, sure, whatever, sure. Does it play The Offspring while you do it? Oh, oh wow, that's okay. Isn't Kiryu filthy rich by this point? Okay, fuck it, sure, why not? All right. Okay. And you aren't allowed to switch back and forth between characters like Zero. Oh, that is rough. But Call of Duty was doing it. Okay, fair enough. As I would imagine, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, admittedly, that makes sense. Kiryu just does the most random bullshit. Whatever they decide. I mean, that's just Yakuza. Yikes. No, that's. Well, he's not dead. He's not dead. Because because they don't understand how to make a good twist, so they do the same thing over and over. All right. Which one? Okay. Right. I do remember that. Virtual Fighter uses Virtual Fighter uses three. Dive kick Dive kick uses two. Yeah. I mean, there's some example like yeah. Pretend I didn't say anything. Yeah. Heh. Heh. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, there's always been the German guy with the big fist. The German dude with the big fist. Yeah, but he's always been there. All right. I have done. It's a Linkin Park reference. You can probably take a fucking wild guess one I've done. Dark Souls 2. Absolutely fucking not. So I just okay. So I just decided, fuck it. I'm gonna try a sorcerer build because I've never tried an actual just fully ranged build in Dark Souls. Let me tell you, that fucking changes the game. Well, there are some fights that are really fucking difficult and are now easy, and vice versa. There are some enemies that are very fast and very aggressive, and when you are a ranged character, those enemies are motherfuckers. Because they will just launch themselves directly into your anus. However, there are some enemies that are a pain in the ass when you play a melee character because they just have these big, wide, sweeping hits that are very difficult to dodge. So they basically just play keep away, and they're also incredibly slow because that's fun. And when you're playing ranged build, guess what? Yeah, just shoot them. Yeah, play keep away with this fireball, fucker. Yeah, parry this, casual. Oh shit, that's yeah. Oof, oof. Oh. Yeah, playing sorcerer is fun. I need to actually finish that game because I got Dark Souls 3 while I was on sale this week. So yeah, now I got two things waiting on me to finish that game now. Fucking randomizer and the next game. Christ. Other than that, I actually mostly just played a lot of fighting games this week. I'm sure I put in some time with Dota, but I don't even remember what the fuck I did. Because, I'm sure I played the Doters, and I played the characters, and I did something. Who the fuck even knows? Most of what I did, I put in some time with Street Fighter 4 because back in the day I thought it was garbage, and it occurred to me I'm probably fucking wrong on that account. The I used to think it was garbage, and then it occurred to me I'm probably wrong. So I finally looked into Street Fighter 4, and yeah, actually, it's a pretty good fighting game. I was just young and stupid. The well, the problems I had with it are perfectly understandable problems for a noob to have with Street Fighter 4, because Street Fighter 4 is one of the least noob-friendly fighting games I've played. Like, all the combos are built around one-frame links. One-frame links, yes. Yes. And some people are... Well, it's part of the thing of, like, some one-frame links are understandable because, whatever, if you can do them, it's a nice way to show off. And a lot of the times it's not really the actual best way of doing things. No, I'm not. I mean... Well, Street Fighter... Okay. It is kind of pointed because Street Fighter 4 does not bother to help you or teach you at any point. The game doesn't have a tutorial of any capacity. What? That is wild. Damn, I've been playing fighting games a lot longer than you. Fuck. No, I don't think there's a game less casual. I mean, yeah, less casual than Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 4 players are fucking scary. No, there's no way. Melee was pretty bad. Melee was pretty bad. I walked away from 4 feeling, yeah, this is actually a pretty good Street Fighter. It's got some serious fucking flaws, but there's some neat stuff here, and I miss some of these characters. I miss DJ. I I miss Dudley, and I know Addie does as well. And here's one. And here's one I know everyone here except Pink is going to agree. I miss when Jury didn't suck. Exactly. The Korean lady that's always licking her lips and she's always kicking people. Oh, cross-Tekken. That's a quality choice right there. I mean, I want to... I've not played it, so I can't even disagree with you. Yeah. Isn't that's kind of fucked up to think about, honestly. Oh no, people are dying. I won't get my PS5. Oh, fuck. The other fighting game I put in a bit of time with was Killer Instinct 2013 because that is a game. I've been watching a lot of videos from Sajam. And Sajam's this guy who talks about fighting games a lot. Addy, have you ever watched any of his videos? He has a lot of interesting things to say. He's also kind of an asshole, so if you immediately wrote him off, I'd understand. I said he's also kind of an asshole, so if you immediately wrote him off, I'd understand. But he has a lot of interesting things to say, and... Excuse me, I'm burping up Sorry, I wasn't saying anything, I was burping up breakfast is what I was doing there. Nope, that was just indigestion. Oh, for fuck's sakes. No, it was just indigestion. So, I've been watching a lot of his videos, and he had a lot to say about Killer Instinct 2013, and I decided, oh, fuck it, I'll open it up and try it again. Because way back in the day, and by way back in the day, I mean a year ago, I opened it up, and I was like, this is a really cool fighting game. We should play it for the channel, because it's on Game Pass. And then we played it, and Addie and Pink didn't like it. And that was just kind of the end of that. And I'm looking into it again. And it's a pretty wild fighting game. And that's... It's a wild fighting game in that several characters just take mechanics from other games, but it's only for them. I was telling Addie yesterday that there is one character called Saberwolf who takes the focus attack mechanic from Street Fighter 4, which is where he has a button that the longer he holds it, if he holds it to the maximum, it becomes unblockable. And when he's in his super form, he can do a mechanic from Guilty Gear called Roman cancels that allow him to cancel out of the recovery of any move in his entire moveset. Yeah, Yes. And just about every character in the game is like this. There is one character who has... Most characters in the game have 2 chunks of meter. There's another character who's got 10 chunks of meter. And he can spend a chunk to cancel each special move into another special move. So, there's just a lot here. And it particularly helps that I found a very, very good website for explaining the game. Like, the number one problem that fighting games have is that neither the games themselves nor the community are that good at explaining what the fuck's going on in these damn games. Like, that's always the thing with fighting games, right? If you want to get in, it's really difficult. You have to fucking put in a lot of time yourself. You gotta find a lot of different videos, a lot of different documents. You gotta do a lot of research. And also put in several years of gameplay. Yes, that is absolutely a problem. Particularly considering there are a lot of really good old fighting games. I want to learn more about Capcom vs. SNK 2, but its prime was 20 years ago. It also... that is like a victim of multiple problems. That just wasn't a good time for Sony to begin with. There's also... Well, that's the thing with the FGC, is that, like, there is a certain layer of elitism for the first. NetherRealm game... Yes, they are. Right, but like games that are similar to Smash and come afterwards are always going to deal with that, even if they're good ones like PlayStation All Stars or what's the one with the animals where you're like a whale or something? Brawlhalla's garbage. It is Smash Bros. Cartoon Network fucking Brawl. It did something different. You are absolutely correct about this. But there's already like a record for this kind of thing. Because every fighting game that is not fucking Street Fighter has to deal with Street Fighter players looking down on them. Netherrealm fighters will always be looked at as dirty American garbage. Anime fighters will always be looked at as dirty weeb trash. 3D fighters will always be looked at as fucking weird and overly complex. That's just fan base mentality at this point, dude. Do you not remember the Call of Duty Battlefield rivalry? Well, it fucking couldn't happen because EA shells out all the money for Battlefield, so the servers probably can't be flooded. Or they can be, but they were flooded by the fucking day one players, so. Besides, you have to fucking. Do you have to buy Tim Tim? $40. Oh. That is actually pretty crazy. But they paid the money to flood the servers. I mean, it's just going to keep happening no matter what. It's just people. They just suck. Yeah. That's what my. There are like an absurd amount of YouTube channels that largely only exist because of The Last Jedi. That inadvertently created a fucking miniature industry. A subculture of just YouTubers. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, okay. Okay, so Pokemon fans flood the Temtem servers bad. Can we also agree that the people that went on Twitter and harassed Rose's actor bad as well? The actress that played Rose. Can we agree that they are... Okay. Okay, good. So, yeah, that's just... You know. That one was fucking bad. I don't think it'll ever be worse than the kid that played Anakin. There... It's the fucking danger of groupthink, right? Like, what's the Tommy Lee Jones bit from Men in Black? Anyone else remember that bit from Men in Black? I'm the only one here who's watched Men in Black 1, aren't I? Oh. The part where him and Will Smith are sitting on the bench, and Will Smith says something like, why not tell people? People can... Yeah, Will Smith says, trust people. Why can't you tell people about this? People are smart. And Tommy Lee Jones says, people are dumb. A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky animals. And you know it. I mean, when the Street Fighter V netcode patch released this week, they released a patch to upgrade Street Fighter V's netcode so that online multiplayer is better, right? The night that it came out, people did not notice any immediate improvement. Because the majority of people who would even be looking at this kind of thing are the kinds of people who have top-level internet and are looking to see their netcode specifically improved. And they didn't see any improvement. What they did see is that on the PC version, the netcode fix mod was now banned and you couldn't use it. Now, this was for a very, very understandable reason. That reason being that if you use the PC netcode fix mod, it would fuck up the netcode of any PS4 players you played with because of cross-platform play, and the PS4 just didn't understand. However, the night of the release of that netcode patch, when nobody saw any immediate results, all they saw was the mod got banned. Everyone formed a big groupthink circle and said, oh my god, Capcom's netcode fix was just to ban the mod and make PC players' netcode suck too. Fucking... Because it... Because... Partially it's because Japan does have a corporate culture of did not invent. So their idea of a fix here would just be to nerf the PC players, because they did not invent the techniques to fix the netcode, right? And Japan's always had that problem in its corporate culture, that if it was not a Japanese creation, hell, if it wasn't a creation of their specific corporation, they'll pretend it didn't happen. Like, hence why no Japanese developer has implemented GGPO rollback into their game. But it just became a big thing of, like, everyone wanted to say, oh my god, Capcom fucked up again. Because there have been times where Capcom genuinely fucked up, and it was everyone point at Capcom and say how much they suck. And people really want it to happen again because it felt really good to point and laugh at Capcom and say you're going to boycott their products. Yeah, but remember... I mean, this is still an improvement, Addy. I mean, hopefully Darkstalkers 3 or SF6 or Marvel vs. Capcom 4, just saying, whichever one of those comes out next. Whatever. Whichever game comes out next, hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully they send an actual fucking winner in there. They sent the Monster Hunter guy in, so hopefully he can fucking... Because Street Fighter V isn't done yet. Street Fighter V isn't done yet. No, it's his project. How he managed to stay on past fucking Fighting Jam is beyond me. Whatever. So, I mean, people just wanted it to be Street Fighter Cross Tekken again. People wanted it to be on-disc DLC again, you know? It feels really good. Like, did it not feel good for everyone to point and laugh at Bethesda during Fallout 76? Like, I knew soon... Yeah, I was about to say, Pink is the only one here I expect might answer no. And I'm interested to hear his take here. And I believe his internet must have run out or something, because he's just sitting there, saying nothing. We activated Pink's PTSD. Like, it feels... It's Schadenfreude, right? Like, we should be good people and rise above Schadenfreude, but Schadenfreude is something that people really enjoy. It happens. When Capcom releases a game that's actually good. I'm just gonna shut up right now. I for my I mean, for my part, I thought it was very MMO-esque, and that was my problem with it. Yeah, all right. Let's just. We've definitely reached the end of what I've done this week because I didn't have anything else to say. Oh, okay. You two fucking losers. I'm trying to take a jab at you and Addie. I'm also unemployed, so you probably shouldn't take that seriously. That's the correct choice to make. Okay. Alright. I don't think that's the correct... I don't think upper management is his problem. I think that's the opposite. Yeah. The day will be soon when Pink is the apex predator. Those cucumbers are never going to see it coming. Oh, well, first things first, we're going to end this episode of the podcast. See you later, folks. Blah!